I'm James. I work here at Carnegie House in Bridgend on Wyndham Street. Now, over the summer, I'm going to be leading a different short workshop on our Facebook page each week, and I'd love for you to get involved. We're going to be exploring how to write your own scripts, how to make and use puppets, how to create different characters. This week, though, we start with how to be a YouTube superstar. So, first things first, you want to make a film. But what sort of film are you going to make? Is it going to be a documentary? Is it going to be a vlog? Is it going to be an action, an adventure film, a comedy? What do you want to make? Decide on that first. Now you've decided on the sort of film you want to make, you need to decide who it's for, because it's going to be different if you're making a film for your mum, or for your granddad, no matter how funky he thinks he is, or for your friend from school. It's going to look and it's going to feel different. Remember, the most important part of any film is the story you're trying to tell. It needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So if you're making a documentary, you're usually trying to answer a question. If you're making a vlog, then you might be telling us a story about your life. If you're making a fiction film, then you might already have a story lined up, but you need to be able to tell it quickly. And that's why planning when we're making films is so important. So now we know the sort of film that we want to make, who we're making it for, and the story that we want to tell. Now, it's really important when we're making a film to plan properly. Otherwise, it looks really messy and a bit all over the place. Now, you can write a script, but an easier way of planning is to create what we call a storyboard. And a storyboard is a bit like a comic. In each of these boxes, you'll see a different picture, and each of these pictures represents a different shot in the film. Underneath, you just write a little note about what's happening in that shot. Now, you don't have to be great at art to do this. It's about bringing your imagination to life in a way that you can record. You can just do it with stick figures. Now, when we are shooting a video for YouTube, it's really important we keep our viewers engaged and interested in what we're doing. One of the ways that we can do this is by using different types of shot. And a shot is where we set the camera up and film something, and then we stop. And we move the camera and film it in a different way. There's lots of different types of shot, and why don't you experiment with your own? See what putting the camera up high does to the person that you're filming, how it makes them look, maybe looking at them from underneath. So here are some basic ones. We've got the long shot. This is really good at showing the audience where you are, because you can see a lot of the scenery behind the actor. Unfortunately, we can't see what's going on the actor's face, and that is really what we want to see when we're making a film. We've got the mid shot, which is great. It goes from just above the tummy button to just above the top of your head. You can still see the scenery in the background, but we can see a bit more of the actor. You can also do this with two people in the shot. Of course, at the moment we can't be too close together, but maybe somebody on the far left and somebody on the far right. We've got the close-up. Really useful if you've got somebody doing a piece to camera where they're talking straight down the camera lens at the audience. It really helps the audience to connect because you can see what's going on in the eyes of the actor or the presenter. Ah! Gosh, we don't want to see that one too often, do we? The extreme close-up, really scary, but you can really see what's going on in the actor's eyes. Maybe you'll have the perfect place to use that in your film. Why not have a play around and see what you can do? See what effects you can create. Have fun with it. So now we've planned our film, we need to shoot it. Now, you don't need a fancy camera to be able to do this. You can just use your mobile phone or a tablet. Just make sure that you ask permission from the owner first. Next, we need to think about where we're going to shoot our film. We need to find somewhere that's going to help us tell our story. So it might be in your local park, or maybe in your favourite cafe when that reopens, outside at the moment, of course. Or maybe even at home. Maybe you could get your mum and dad involved in your film as well. But wherever you want to film, make sure you ask your parent or guardian first to make sure it's okay that you go and film there. And also the person who owns the place that you want to film. Make sure you check with them as well. Now, sound is really important for our video as well. People often forget that because we're watching something, we're actually listening to it as well. Now, our ears automatically filter out sounds that we don't want to hear, but a microphone doesn't. A microphone picks up absolutely everything from everywhere around us. So whether you have a gust of wind, maybe a cheering football crowd, or the Titanic sailing in, the microphone will pick it up and hear it. So really think about the sound on your video. Now, one of the biggest problems that we often see when people start making films is that they want to move the camera all the time. But it actually looks a lot better if you keep the camera still, film what you want to film, stop the camera, move it, and film again. Now that you've filmed your video, it comes time to edit everything together. This is where you put all your bits of footage in the right order. Now, there's hundreds of different apps available on your mobile phone, on your tablet, or on your PC. So have a look, read some reviews, get a really simple one to start with, and you'll get some amazing results. Now that you've done all the hard work, this is the exciting part where you get to release your video to the world. If you're over 13, you can get your own YouTube account and upload your video there. If you're under 13 though, why not have a chat to your friends and family and show them your video instead? I'm sure they'd love to see it. And of course, don't forget to ask your viewers to like your video and subscribe to your channel. Once you've uploaded your video, send us a link, we'd love to see it. Alternatively, take a picture of your storyboard and pop it in the comments down below. That's all the time that we've got for today, but I'll be back next Saturday and we'll be exploring how to do some stop motion animation. Bye bye.